a very special friend. If you don't know, I've been highlighting people that I know that are doing cool things in their lives to bring joy, to spread music and art and creativity and light. So this is Hamdani.
Hey guys, I'm bringing the light.
Yes, he's bringing it. What do you tell us all about yourself?
Oh wow. Where do we start? So I was born in Pakistan, born and raised. So, and for those of you who may not know where that is, that's right next to India. A little history lesson for those who may not know. Pakistan and India are the same country. It was basically India. And then the British came, like they went everywhere, and colonized. And when they left, made cut in two parts. Um, West became Pakistan, East was India, and then there's Bangladesh as well now that gained independence a little later. So I'm from Pakistan. I immigrated to the States in, I want to say 2014 it was. Yes, 2014 August. Went to Berkeley in Boston, did my bachelor's in music, lived in New York for a bit, and then got a scholarship to come out here and study Indian music in Marin, which is, I believe, North Bay? Yes, North Bay, Marin County. Yeah. And hey, I mean, I was only supposed to be in California for a year, and then COVID happened, and so now the Indian music school is shut. I'm here. Um, the good thing that came from that is I get to meet people like you, through Bradley, of course, but then, we hung out and stuff too. So I've met some wonderful people, but I wasn't technically supposed to be here, but I'm here for the foreseeable future. And yeah, that's a quick summary.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, okay, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like a quick summary of where I'm from. I'm a musician. Went to music school. I teach music. I play music. I write my own music. Um, and a quick thing on music, I started writing music and doing music at an early age. I was about 16, 15, 16. So I was also doing music in Pakistan before I came here. And partly the excitement to come to the States was because I wanted to study music and kind of learn American roots music, which is like blues, rhythm and blues, jazz. So yeah, I was pumped to come here. I'm still pumped. But it's so funny. I'm here now and I'm studying music. I'm studying Indian music, even though I'm from that region. It's kind of like, it's the cliche where people say, hey, you don't know what you have until you don't have it. It's like the whole time when I was in Pakistan, I was listening to music from the States. And all I wanted to do is play blues and now I'm here and I'm like, no, 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 no. That's what I want to do. So it's kind of, it's interesting how that works. But yeah, quick summary on myself.
Cool. So when you write your own music, do you kind of infuse Indian, Pakistan,
yes,
American, or?
That's a good question. Earlier when I started making music, it wasn't like that. I was totally influenced by the West. So I was in a pop band. I used to play guitar for a pop singer. So it was very like we were trying to imitate all the trends that were happening over here, or just kind of follow them and were influenced by them. But now recently, I've started a project, Imam Collective, and that is about merging the West that I've grown up listening to, and I went to school and got a degree in like American European music, and now I'm studying Indian music. So I'm trying to make a blend which is accessible to say people like yourself who may not be acquainted with Indian Pakistani music, but you should still be able to listen to it without saying that's kind of heavy. Just offer it in a way where you're like, oh, I can listen to that, and walk away with something new at the same time. So that's the goal.
I do. I love listening to your music. It's
thank you.
Cool. I don't know what you're singing about, but it doesn't even matter. I'm just like, yeah.
Right.
Bring it.
Right. Yeah, that's the goal. If people can have the reaction you're having, that would be great.
Awesome. You teach at Bradley School of Music.
Yes. And Blue Bear School of Music as of very
Oh,
recently in the city.
cool. I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're in the city. They're actually a very old music school. And again, it's like the people make such a difference. Like I'm here because of you, and we're doing this thing because I met you. At the Indian music school, there's a really good friend of mine. She plays cello. She was working at Blue Bear. So when this pandemic thing happened, she's like, they're looking for teachers. Would you be interested? I was like, yeah, that was it. So considering I've been here for a year now, and I know such wonderful people, and I get to teach at two great music schools. It's
Living the dream.
ah, yes, yes and no.
A little tiny
Yes,
bit of the dream.
yes, a tiny bit of the dream, 100%. Yes.
And you're producing your own music. Where do you do that?
Where do I do that? I do that here. I would show you my setup, but I'm on a laptop right now, so that would be.
Okay.
But I have a laptop. I have a two-input interface for any geeks out there. Focusrite, Scarlett, very basic setup. Um, yeah, I think quarantine's been such a great time for us to just make music, right? All the things that I thought I would do and never did is kind of like, okay, now's the time to do this. It's like watching you go through the endeavors and enterprises that you're doing is so great too. Like this. How long have you been thinking that you would love to do something like this, or is this like a recent thing?
It is a recent thing. I just like last week, I think I was like, I have a lot of friends well, that's not true. The Light Project, I've been formulating for like a year.
Yeah.
But actually interviewing people is new because my Light Project was originally going to be all about me and like, guiding people through meditations or yoga sequences or like sharing my own music. And then I realized it's not all about me. And there's so many other people doing awesome things. And it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself for one thing, but it feels really good to share the love and to open up the platform to my friends who are amazing. So
Yeah. I mean, it's such a nice initiative to take. And again, I mean, I think if you were going through daily life pre-COVID, I mean, I know COVID's been horrible. I'm not trying to undermine how horrible it's been for all of us. But I feel as though you might have thought about it, but not done it. Maybe I don't know. So now I think quarantine's been good. Like all the wacky production ideas, or if I have a wacky song, I'm like, oh, I should do something about
just
it.
go for it.
I just do it now because it's like
Right.
it's not like I'm going anywhere. So might as well just do it. So in that sense, it's been good. I have produced a lot. I've been writing a fair bit too. Yeah. Thank you.
What software are you using?
Oh, great question. I use Logic Pro. So ever since I went to music school, they gave me Logic Pro, and I took a few classes on it, and I've just been hooked ever since. I know some people do Pro Tools, some people do Ableton. There's Cubase. There's a bunch of stuff out there, but I find Logic to be very user friendly and.
Is it logical?
Is it logical? Is it logical? Not entirely. But you know what? I tell you what. Compared to other DAWs, is what they're called, or softwares, it is, I would say, a tad bit more logical than some of the other stuff out there. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll say that.
So you produce your song on Logic, and then where do you send it?
Oh, that's a great question too. That is a debate that in my mind keeps going. There's certain songs like Imam Collective stuff. I'll put it on Spotify. I'll put it on iTunes. I'll put it on Bandcamp. It's like there. But then, like, I'll put out a track every 2 days or something. But I don't feel too great about all of them, or I don't feel like. Now, one of the things that's happening to me right now is I only have an Imam Collective artist profile on Spotify. So if something doesn't fit into the Imam Collective category, I don't have another artist name that I can share my music from. So I don't put it on like the main ones, Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, etc. but I do put all my stuff on SoundCloud. And right now I'm going through this process where I make a lot of lo-fi music, or I'll make a little bit of pop music or some other stuff that's not entirely Imam Collective. I'm trying to think of a name that I can use now as an artist, because Imam Collective is done. Now it has to be something that perhaps shouldn't have anything to do with my name. So maybe you can give me suggestions. I don't know. If anybody who watches this video now or in the future or whenever, leave suggestions in the comments.
I love it.
I suck at names.
What should his name be?
Yeah. So, are you familiar with lo-fi music at all? Do you listen to lo-fi?
Sometimes.
Have you seen lo-fi artist names?
No,
because you don't register them because they're not real names. It's like B2546321. That's the artist, and he has like a million plays on Spotify. It's like, were you around when MIRC was a thing? I may be dating us here a little bit, but MIRC, do you know what MIRC is?
I don't.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
I think MIRC was like one of, was it even called MIRC? MIRC was like one of the, I don't think it was called MIRC actually, was it? Orchid. Were you around when Orchid was around?
Orchid.
Definitely dating us. You don't have to say yes. I'll say I was around. Orchid, whatever. It's like pre-Facebook. It's like chat people would have there. Nobody would use their name. Nobody would say Natalie or Imam 56 or whatever. No, it was weird. RoboCop 91 or some shit, So I think an artist name like that, but that sounds so ridiculous. So I don't know. I need an artist name that has nothing to do with my name. People just come.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Football champ.
Football champ, yeah. I mean,
I just think of playing soccer with you, like kicking.
Yeah. Actually, talking about just me, since we are talking about me here, and I love to do that. Before I wanted to be a musician, I actually wanted to be a football player, soccer player, and I was convinced that this was it for me in life. And then I went to trials, and I tried in teams and stuff, and I realized I really suck at this. And all the kids were just fast. It sucked. It's still like a deep-rooted pain. That wasn't quick enough, No, but I got into my school team and stuff, but I was not particularly athletic. Yeah, so music was definitely like a second wave of like. This didn't work. I guess I could be a musician. And then just stuck with it. Anyway, quick football side note.
Interesting.
Yeah. Football. Maybe my name should have something.
See, something to do with football.
Yeah, it could be cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That should be my art.
Ooh, whistle.
Yeah, right? Whistle went to. Don't ask me why I would whistle, though. Long story. I came to California and all the bus boards said, be prepared for the next big one. So in my mind,
But you had to get a whistle.
Yeah, in my mind, if I'm under rubble right now, this is the only thing that's going to save me. It's like that Titanic scene when she's like, Jack. Yeah, they blow the whistle and they're like, oh, over there, So we all need whistles. In fact, I should just keep it around my neck at all times.
All the time. Yeah.
All the time, yo. Is this? How long have you been in California for, if you don't mind asking?
Since I graduated high school. I'm not going to say when that was, because then I'll feel old.
Yeah. So how many earthquakes would you say have you experienced? And are you anxious about that at all? Like, is that something that crosses your mind?
Well, I'm from Hawaii, and
there you go.
There were earthquakes there too. Yeah, there are earthquakes, volcanoes, like a lot of activity in the earth. So it hasn't really been a big deal for me
so far.
A little.
Yeah.
But I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
There might be something big coming, but I don't know. So far it's been chill.
Oh God. See, I've never experienced an earthquake. Let's just put it that way.
Oh.
I used to live close to railway tracks, and so that's my only experience of the ground shaking.
I can feel, yeah.
As a kid. I think I did notice a small tremor here when I first came here. I used to live in the city last year, and there was like a big jolt. But that could have been anything. I don't know. I should, sometimes I find myself at night just like thinking about this and waking up like, shh, the next earthquake could be here. What am I doing?
It's happened to me. Yeah, like in the middle of the night, I'm like, is that an earthquake?
Yeah, I know, right? And now I got all these ridiculous apps that keep telling me that there's little earthquakes happening all around us all the time.
Oh.
And there's this one moron on Twitter who like predicts earthquakes. Never check his channel out. Anyone who's watching, because he predicted 2 months ago that the Bay Area would have like a 7 magnitude earthquake, and trust me, I could not sleep because I was like, this guy's probably right. But he's full of shit. Sorry.
But he was not.
Yeah, he was,
Good. The small ones are good. Little.
yeah, the small ones are good. Yeah, yeah. Because if there's nothing, then you know something's wrong. But
Right.
anyway, not to die.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So I think I would just love to hear some of your music.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I would love to play some. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, funny story. Nylon strings don't usually break. And so this morning I actually broke my top string.
You're shredding so hard.
May I show you the remains? That's all that remains of this string. So, yeah, this might be really interesting. But I take it as a challenge. So
you replaced the string, or is there just no string?
I didn't have a string for this, so at this point. But that's all good,
Yeah, it's the same at the top and the bottom anyway.
It is, yes. Yeah, this tests my depth as a guitar player. All right, cool, awesome. So here's what I'm going to play for you guys, or you at this point in time. I will. So, quick word about Indian music. I don't advertise or claim that I play Indian music this yet. I just haven't studied it that long. It's only been about 6 months. To equate that to something, it's like looking through a window, standing outside a shop looking through a window. I haven't even like entered the shop. You know what I mean? Like I've just kind of got a glimpse of the music. So I'm gonna try to just take stuff that I know already and kind of merge some of the Indian influences with it. So Indian music have ragas, which are basically scales, but they're a little more evolved than a scale. A scale's just like right, but a raga may do that, but they'll put some rules like when you're ascending, don't play mi, just play do re fa sol la ti. So. All of a sudden the whole vibe just changes, So they're a little more evolved. So I'm going to try to play this one raga. That's actually an evening to nighttime raga, but I guess in India it's nighttime, so we'll just go with it. And I'm not really playing the raga. I'm just going to improvise around it. Let's see. You don't want to see the vacuum at the back, so I'm going to try to bring this up. All right.
I'm gonna make it now.
Perfect. How's that?
Yay! So
Yeah,
nice.
that's a little glimpse into the. Could you see okay and hear okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's. I was improvising basically, and for anybody who's a musician who may watch this later, real quick, um, you're just ascending a major scale and then descending a mixolydian. But what mixolydian all it means is you flat the seven. So instead of T, you sing T. That's it. And there's some other stuff. But yeah, that's it. Cool. So,
Thanks.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you hear that music, what are some of the associations in your mind as a listener where you're like, okay, what is this? Because you're watching this, primarily there's this guitar player doing some weird stuff. What are
Not
you
weird.
thinking? Are you thinking, oh my God, what is this? Or are you thinking, how oriental? Or like, what are some of the thoughts going through your head, you know?
I was thinking it was so relaxing and beautiful. I was very focused on like the
Yeah.
like the sliding thing. Like, how does he do that? And
Right.
like, just wondering about like special, I don't know, tips or tricks that you do, because that is very common in Indian music.
Music? Yeah, you want me to talk about that?
Yeah, talk about it. Really cool.
Yeah, so Indian instrument. So first things first, Indian music is vocal music primarily. So all of this music actually started from singers. So they sing this way. Like this is an ornament a singer would do. You know what is that? La do ti re do ti do. La do ti re do ti do. And with some extra stuff, you know. So they can do. I'm not going to attempt to sing, you know, but they can do that, you know. So I'm just trying to mimic singers here and their instruments, which are also built to do this. So there's just a few ornaments that any guitar player can try. One is you're just sliding, or you could do like you play guitar. You could also do like a pull up. So there's a few different things you can do, but essentially the idea is to get that effect of like sliding notes, you know, which essentially makes the instrument into a fretless instrument because frets like define the pitch. But if you go, it kind of blurs where the note
You're
is.
breaking the barriers.
Right, which in America, if you ever listen to sacred steel players or listen to church music or gospel music, they do with a slide.
Right? I was thinking a slide. I was like,
Yeah. You know, like two spiritual do it. So essentially, it's the same thing, which is what blows my mind. It's like somehow this stuff made it from India, Pakistan, or Africa, wherever it started, to Delta in the States, and to like halfway across the world. It's like, wow, how did that happen? Also in Spain, I lived in Spain for a year. I did a study abroad, studied music, and flamenco music's all about these microtones too. So something going on here, Natalie. I don't know what it is. Something going on. Nobody knows what it is. What's this? So, there's definitely something going on. Anyway.
Do you ever sing with your playing?
I will say no right now because
I know that you do.
You will ask me to sing, so I will say no. No, I don't sing. Here's the thing: I sometimes sing on my songs because it's like it's just me, and I'm hearing this melody, and so rather than hit somebody up, wait for them to hear the song, then send me their vocal tape, I'm just singing the song. So I just do it for whatever it's worth. Sometimes it sounds like absolute garbage. Sometimes it comes off nice. But the good thing is I can always send it to people then with my melody and everything and be like, hey, I think you would sound really nice on this. And just have them send it back. So yeah. But but the answer is no. No. I would never sit in a group of people and attempt to sing, although I have done that in questionable circumstances, but yeah.
I think I've heard you sing.
Have you? Oh God, you must have. Yes,
I think so.
you must have.
Don't be
That's
embarrassed.
embarrassing. Anyway, talking of good singers, yo, You're My Favorite Things was great. It really was. Yeah, it was nice. You should do a recording of it and post it on YouTube.
I will. I'll tweak it a little. It needs something.
I think it was all there. It had the Christmas vibe to it. Anyway.
Yeah, kind of like a dark, eerie Christmas vibe.
Yeah. It was nice though. I liked it.
Cool. Thanks. All right. Well, do you have anything else to play, or do you want to call it a day?
It's totally up to you. I mean, I did break a string, so I don't know. I could play for you, but I could crash and burn, or we could call it. I mean, it's your call. It's totally your call. If you feel like you got what you wanted out of this, I certainly did. You know what? It's just so much fun to talk to people and do things like this. And I hope people watch this and find some information that they like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think most people don't really know about music that you play or the music style that you play in. It's very unique here in the States, at least.
No, actually, you know what? I have to say this is not. I don't feel good admitting this, but I think my generation and younger folks, they know about like classical traditional music from India, Pakistan, but there seems to be a trend away from the music. I don't know, or that's how it seems in popular opinion. Obviously, it's never going to die, and it's still thriving and evolving and stuff. But I think there's a lot of people like myself. I had a growing up, like I heard the music because it's just around. You hear it in movies and stuff, and sometimes you go to a concert. But I was always surrounded by sounds that you would find here, like electric guitars and drums and bass, and now it's all about the electronic stuff like synths. So I think it's a universal trend right now where maybe we've kind of shifted away from traditional music. May it be Indian music, may it be European classical music, or even American like blues music, gospel music, and stuff. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you think about that? Actually, I'm really curious.
Bringing it back.
Does Hawaii have a forgive my ignorance, but does Hawaii have like a traditional music form?
Yeah, they do. I was actually on the Zoom last night. I was getting my uke to do the Hawaiian Silent Night version.
Okay.
And when I got back, everyone was gone.
Oh no. Oh yeah, we did end early, didn't we, yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer.
Whatever.
Well, but you got, do an Insta Live. I'll come on Insta Live with you. We'll play a song each.
Okay. That could be.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So what does Hawaiian traditional music sound like? What's it like?
Well, like the ukulele.
Yeah.
there, and then the Hawaiian language. So the songs are.
Just yeah.
I don't really know how to describe it. If you heard it, you would know.
Okay. Okay. I'd love to check it out. Definitely.
There's a Hawaiian. Yeah, I was telling Brian like we should do the Hawaiian Christmas song because there's like Mele Kalikimaka, which is the Hawaiian way of saying Merry Christmas.
Oh wow.
So, and that's a whole nother song. That's a song like Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say.
I love how like this Hawaii. Anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time. We can do this. Yeah, we'll do this another time because I was
actually pronounced Hawaii, but everyone says it like Hawaii or whatever.
So it's Hawaii.
Hawaii is how you're supposed to.
Hawaii.
But no one would know what I was talking about, so I say Hawaii. Most people from there say Hawaii.
Hawaii.
But it's supposed to be Hawaii.
Hawaii. I actually like Hawaii better. It has more of a. It's just like it's more flow. Oh, cool! Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for having me. This was great.
Thanks for being here. We'll do this again.
Yes, please. Yes, and I'd like to reverse the roles as well.
Oh, okay.
Because you've been in so many interesting things. I just want to ask you how you like organize your stuff. Anyway, cool. All right.
Visit Imam Collective. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook, Cloud, Spotify.
YouTube.
I actually looked you up on Spotify earlier, and I was like,
I need
you on SoundCloud, but Spotify. Spotify is good.
Yeah, and watch out for a football name coming soon too. There'll be like all right. Peace. Bye.